Afternoon, people of England. How are we? Are you well? Well, today's the 23rd of August, which is a month away from the 23rd of September, obviously. There's a big buzz going around about the 23rd of September, so I just wanted to put a little bit of a slant on it. As always, do your own research, make your own minds up. It's there to be had, it's there to be ignored. Yeah, there's a big buzz. There's a big buzz about 23rd of September going on. They're on about switching CERN on. There's talk about creating a black hole. There's talk about the Pope visiting America. There's talk about war. There's talk about famine. There's talk about financial crashes. There's talk about all sorts of stuff going on. As usual, a lot of this is put out there for people to just be pushed away from what really is happening. So let me sort of introduce the Jesuits into this, okay? Incidentally, Jesuit, Jesus, might be something or nothing, but anyway. The Jesuits are the real motherfuckers that run the planet. They have done for not generations, even longer than that. They have done for civilizations. They broke them and they built them back up again. The Pope is the real power on the planet under the Jesuit rule. Okay, it's as simple as that. Yeah, don't take my word for it. Do some research. We're going to be pumping out a lot of information in the vlog website that's going to be up. Should be up next week. I'm hoping to get it up before beginning of September because there's a lot of information on there as well. So yeah, back to the Jesuits. Jesuits are the real motherfuckers that run the planet. It's as simple as that, and there's no two ways that you can get away from it. Right, so when we have certain events that happen, we have to always have a look what's going on in the stars, what's going on in the cosmos, because there's always a correlation between events on the planet, major events, life-changing events, history-changing events, to what's going on up there in the cosmos. Okay, so if you know anything about astrology, or if you've got any software, have a look at the day of the 23rd of September 2017. And I say that because these Jesuit motherfuckers that really run the shit, they're on a different timeline to us. Okay, they're not. In fact, we won't even go into timelines, because when you peel the onion a little bit deeper, you'll find out that we're only on 1,000 years, not 2,000 years past Jesus Christ. They used to they've stuck 1,000 years on, but I'm not going to go into it too deep. But what used to happen is they used to put an eye in front of the year. So if it were 1542, for example, it really would be 542. But to signify that, they put an eye in front of it, which looked like a 1, which represents Jesus. And ever sort of since the last 500 years, it's just sort of took as an extra 1,000 years instead of having the eye on there. Okay, so have a look at that. You'll understand what I'm talking about. But that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about 23rd of September. We're a month away today. We're on the 23rd of August. Chemtrail City is proper muggy and dirty, horrible, hazy white out there as well. But anyway, we know that the Pope is going to America. He's off to go meet with President fucking Obama. One thing I do know that's going to be happening while he is over there, there's going to be all sorts of rituals and fucking satanic cult bullshit, fucking weird shit going on. That's what's going to be happening while he's over there. Right, so when we fast forward again back to 2017, and we're on the Jesuits timeline, we have to look at the stars, and stars will always tell us what's going on. Okay, so let me tell you what's happening on that day with a certain Virgin in the sky, certain Virgo. Okay, Virgo has the moon passing at her feet. She has 12 stars above her head, which actually is Leo, the crown. Okay. She has Jupiter coming out of her midriff. Jupiter. Okay. It's not Jupiter, it's Jupiter. Okay, so Peter's Jew in a weird sort of way. But anyway, she's got Jupiter coming out of her midriff. The moon at her feet, 12 stars above her head. Okay. What you need to do is go have a look at the book of Revelations. because that's what you see. A picture of a woman with the stars above her head, the moon passing at her feet with a baby. Okay, that is what's happening in the sky. That is the book of Revelations. So whether or not the 23rd of September is a 2-year turmoil period before we actually get the full-on fucking 7 years of what's the word I'm trying to think of now? Tribulation. Where we're going to have 7 years of complete chaos and a lot of life's going to be lost. Okay, which does take us to the timeline 2023. So you got 2017, 2023, 6-7 years of tribulation, 2024. These Jesuit motherfuckers own the shit. They own the money, they own the Pope, they own the Vatican. Incidentally, all religion came from the Vatican. All religion came from the Vatican. You may be saying all roads lead to Rome. Well, it's true. Yeah. They created everything. They own all the money. Why do you think you pay VAT? Vatican. Yeah, and it ain't just, oh, value-added tax, don't be stupid. There's a reason why they call it VAT. Yeah. So all that VAT goes to the Vatican. Whether or not we're going to have... See, you've got to think about this, and you've got to look at certain events that have happened on Earth and with certain people and certain things. You go back 20 odd years ago, we know that the weapons inspector David Kelly, Tony Blair and David Cameron were involved with some missing nuclear weapons. Okay, 2 nukes went missing. Now, when you look who's in power now, you think to yourself, okay. We know that Russia are kicking off over Ukraine, yeah, and we know that there's a big conflict going on in the Middle East with Westerners pretending to be Muslim insurgents attacking Muslim countries because Westerners are there. I did a short piece on this not long back, but it doesn't make sense. Yeah, it does make sense. Yeah, if you're trying to confuse the masses to sort of switch off. ISIS are killing Westerners, but they're also killing Muslims, and Al Qaeda's disappeared, and I mean, you just couldn't make this shit up, people. You really couldn't. Yeah. Fucking hell, Jesus wept. Jesuits wept. Anyway, so 23rd of September. Is there going to be some form of nuclear weapon being popped off? If it is, it ain't going to be anywhere near home, let me tell you that. It's going to be far away from us. Are they going to crash the economy? Are they going to announce that the dollar's done, over, finished, collapsed? I don't think that's going to happen yet, but there's talk about that. I don't think that anything much is going to be happening on the 23rd of September this year, or from the 22nd to the 28th. But if you watch the TV will be full of all sorts of occult shit and ritual shit. Watch it. There'll be all sorts of shit to sort of give you an idea of what's going on. Nobody will notice apart from those that know what's going on, which is a lot of people that watch these videos. We're still going to be here in November, let me tell you that. So, have a look at the Book of Revelations. Yeah. Have a look at, if you can get hold of some software, have a look at what Virgo's doing on the 23rd of September 2017. Like I say, these Jesuit motherfuckers are the ones that run the shit. They run the lot, yeah. I've got some good material that I'm going to put out on the vlog as well, for you guys to sort of research and get your heads up about how the system works, finance system, the God, governance, ordinance and departments work, how the finance system works, how the court system works, from their point of view, not from your point of view or my point of view, but from their point of view, how it works, and basically what these guys are after. And basically, it's in the course, it's accessing your bond and getting access to this money. That's why everybody has to pay, and that's why you have penalties, because of the penance. And anyway, I'm not going to go too much, but I'm going to put all that stuff out there for people to get their head around. So when you do get into court, you can play these motherfuckers, whether they're coming at you with Talmud law, whether it's canon law, whether it's criminal law. You'll know what you'll know what they're doing. You know when they get up in the recess and come back and do a little ritual and come back and represent a different law. It's interesting stuff, but you can play these motherfuckers at this shit, yeah, and you can win. Okay, so I'm going to be putting a lot of that out there as well. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. We're living in interesting times. We know that there's a lot of shit going on the planet. One of them ones in it, guys. It's going to be interesting. But don't be worried. If anything could happen, obviously they're switching CERN on. They've radiated the atmosphere with all the fucking radiation that they're letting leak and all the chemicals. So we've counter-changed the atmosphere. We've terraformed the atmosphere. Yeah. And we're still carrying on terraforming the atmosphere. We're terraforming it maybe for another species or another entity to sustain life or sustain its presence in this astro plane, or I don't know. But what I do know is there's going to be all sorts of weird shit going on in America when the Pope's there. And I do know that we are very, very close on the world of, on the edge of basically complete chaos, the Book of Revelations, and it is going to happen. You've got 2 years to prepare, people. Prepare, enemy, prepare for defence, prepare to survive. Because when this shit does hit the fan, and it will hit the fan, because that's the way it is, and if you can't see that already, if you're still that tuned into fucking Britain's Got Talent, X Factor, fucking Match of the Day, and the BBC bullshit fucking paedophile fed fucking news, yeah, you ain't gonna have a clue what's going on, yeah, you need to do some research, switch the fucking God off, the one-eyed God off, yeah, switch it off, yeah, look at what I'm saying, yeah, prepare, because if you get caught with your pants down, you got nobody else to blame but your fucking selves, have you, yeah. I just want to touch on something else. I did a little video about Edward's daughter, Edward the VIII's daughter. The king that abdicated. She's called Emily Windsor Cragg, but she's saying that she's the true line or the true heir to the throne if he wouldn't have abdicated. Okay, even though she's illegitimate, but it doesn't matter. We know that all these illegitimate people do become kings and queens if there's no one to successor. Okay. I'm sort of caught between a rock and a stone with it, because we know, see, when you put it out there and you give people another choice, you always look at the solution in the same mindset of the problems that we've got ourselves in the first place. So what I'm trying to say to you is if we did have another queen and she was a fair, just, honest soul and she could change things for the better, yes, we want rid of the monarchy because we know what they're about. But if we had somebody that was fair, that was just, that had the people's best interests at heart, surely that's going to be a better thing. And if we abolish the monarchy after that, we abolish it. Yeah. But what we need to do, and I'll tell you what we need to do, we need to get every single living fucking soul on this planet vibrating at the right frequency of love, and then ascension begins. But these Jesuit motherfuckers know what's going on. Yeah, these Jesuit motherfuckers that are in tune with intertransdimensional beings under the Vatican and species that are not of this fucking plane. Yeah, they're keeping us in this state of turmoil and fear so they can keep the planet. We should be ascending. Now, if you go back to your Lemurians, you go back to your Atlanteans, you'll see that things were a lot different there. And there's information out there, and there is knowledge that's been kept from people. So, again, have a look at it. 23rd of September, a month from now, skies are full of chem. I don't think there's anything gonna... Yeah, you've heard of Wave X. Yeah, and yes, obviously the stars are always different and they're always interlining and changing, so we're always getting different form of radiation sent to us on this planet, which they don't tell us about, which we can use and we could use to benefit ourselves. But I think Wave X, again, it's more of that new age, keep your mind off of what's really happening and concentrate, and everybody think, oh, brilliant, we've got these special powers, let's ascend. So, again, I'm not too sure on Wave X. I might be wrong, I might be right, but I'm not really sort of looking too much into that. I'm looking more into what these Jesuit motherfuckers are doing, because that's really what we need to look at, and these are the fuckers that we need to stop. Forget about the Queen, yeah. Forget about David Cameron, yeah. Oh, why try to kick the horse's legs off when you can go straight for the head? And I don't go around kicking horses, by the way. Just so people don't think they can ring NSPCC or RSPC fucking XY whatever, which again are all financed and funded by these Jesuit motherfuckers, well, low-level Freemasons. So yeah, yes, we know the Freemasons are involved with a lot of stuff because they're the carriers and they're the ones that do all the work. The Masons, the grafters, come on, for fuck's sake. Right, let's go to the top. Let's try and get these motherfuckers and stop them. Because, you know, what else can we do? The world's going to end up fucked otherwise. Well, it's fucked anyway. It's going to end up a lot worse. And my kids and your kids and their kids are not going to be in a nice, safe, pleasant, fulfilling environment. So, I ain't going to go so esoterical with you, but have a look at what I've said. Look at the Book of Revelations. Look at the timeline, 2017, 23rd of September. Look at the cosmos. See what's happening. You see it's depicting, these motherfuckers are playing out the Book of Revelations. They're playing out the Bible. Yeah, they write a book. It's like a play, innit? Yeah, you write a book and then you play it out. It's as simple as that. So that just leaves me to say, guys, be safe, do your research, switch your TV off, get with the programme, don't be caught with your pants down. Love, light and peace.